The other responsibility in our Constitution, because the founders of this Constitution understood very clearly that inflation was evil and bad and was a sinister tax, and that is to have a sound currency. But we don't have a sound currency, so what we need is sound currency, voluntary contracts, property rights, low taxation, like zero income tax. Believe me, this country would thrive. Now, I frequently get a question from some of my friends who have joined us because we're in opposition to the war, but they will be very sympathetic to spending money, say, in Africa to help people who are in dire straits over there. And my position there is the same, that I don't use force and power of the government to come and take from you for me to do good overseas. Whether it's because they use that same argument in Iraq. We're there to do good and promote democracy and all that talk, and others want to do it elsewhere. I don't question their sincerity, but the government should not have a right to take money from you to do good. But if you're free and prosperous and have a lot of money, and you feel there are needs, and there will be, then we may well have a personal moral responsibility to help others, but not for the government to do all the directing. Individuals in the media and elsewhere will ask, well, how long will this take? What will it do? Will it be a long time? How fast can you do it? You know, there are limitations, especially those of us who agree that the executive branch should be curtailed in their power, so there will be definitely some things that we don't want to do. We certainly don't want to use the signing statement to promote an agenda. No more signing statement. Some executive privileges, executive laws, executive orders are permissible under the Constitution, but they have been seriously abused. Executive orders is just a form of writing more legislation. But I see no reason why the executive order could not be used to repeal all the bad executive orders. It hasn't only been the Congress, it hasn't only been the executive branch that has been neglectful of our constitutional prerogatives and the limitations on government. It has been our courts as well. Our courts have legislated, our executive branch legislate, and our Congress sometimes doesn't legislate when it's supposed to, but when they do, they're usually doing the wrong thing. But if we don't get a grip on this, I'm afraid we're going to move in a seriously bad direction. That is, more loss of liberties. If we have an economic crisis, which indeed has come to every other country when it spends beyond its means and has an empire that it can't maintain, if we don't have our say, if we don't have our new declaration heard loud and clear, there will be many others that will argue the case that there hasn't been enough government and we need more government, so we need to get hold of this. But as far as time goes, if we do nothing, if we do not prevail, we are going to move in the direction where we won't be able to afford this, and we will have a currency crisis, and we will have a downturn in the economy, and that is going to be very dangerous to all of us. But if we do the right things, it's not that difficult. Believe me, we got into this mess by not following the law, not following the rule of law, not following the Constitution. We can get back by obeying the Constitution. This rally, indeed, I haven't counted everybody, but it certainly does look bigger than a few spammers. And if I had to guess, I think it's the biggest by far of any rally we've had, and thank you. We indeed should be very encouraged. This is unique. This is historic. We're in a place where we ought to feel the energy of the founders, feeling the energy of a Declaration of Independence, which was truly alive and well. Indeed, the theme of the Constitution in sound money. This is a great, great rally, and hopefully it is the very beginning of a continuation of a successful campaign. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Congressman Ron Paul.